Hey guys, it's Anna Gray, and I wanted to go over with you something that I find is incredibly important. No matter if you're a brand new coach or if you're a coach that have been doing this a long time, and it's time management. Now you've taken on this business, and chances are you've either fallen away because it was too much, or you have just spent 2 weeks like inviting people and it's just been so crazy for you, and you're wondering, how do you manage your time in doing this business? And we've got some other training for you to do, but I wanted to just share a couple things that were life-changing for me, and that was after watching Scotty Hobbs talk about a day in the life of him. And he was at home as a full-time coach, but and I was at work as a full-time nurse, part-time coach. And as soon as I watched his video, I realized what I was doing wrong in my time management. And first of all, I have to say, I give all credit in the beginning to a gentleman named Craig Holliday, who some of you have may heard his training before. He was a consultant with Beachbody, and he trained a lot on time management and the importance of fitting in your priorities and scheduling your day out. And fitting in priorities, I think, stuck probably the most with me. I play hockey, I play soccer, I used to watch TV, I used to do other extracurricular things, until I realized how important this business was for me, and how important my goals were to hit and to reach. And once I realized that my goals were those type of goals, I realized that I wasn't going to be able to fit in what I needed to do to get what I wanted to get. And so I needed to make some sacrifices on things. Now, hockey is late at night, and it's financially, it's not cheap, but I really loved it, and I really felt that for me, it was stress relief. Watching TV is just killing time. So I knew that I didn't want to if I were to cut out between the two of those, I would cut out TV versus playing hockey, because hockey was an opportunity for me to connect with my friends and really kind of not have to think about anything. But TV just, I felt, was mindless entertainment, because I would sit on the couch and I would have to be doing something. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to cut out TV because I really don't need it. And there's DVR, and there are a few shows that I love, but I will only watch them on my own time when I have everything else done. So I made the sacrifice of TV, and I also made the sacrifice of playing soccer, because that was one more night away that was taking at least an hour and a half of my time that I could be working on things to reach my goals. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at your day, and I want you to look at what you are doing in your week that, if taken away, you would be able to add some more time on doing your power hour, or even giving yourself an extra hour because your goals are that big. What is it that you are doing that you kind of do because it's habit? Take time to think about that and write that down. And I want you to honestly look at yourself and say, is that really going to be getting me to the goals that I have? And if it's not, then remove it and fill that in with something that will. Okay. Then when the time comes later, I'll tell you now, 5 years later, I'm home working this business full time. I finally added soccer back in. So I took a break from playing soccer for 5 years, because I knew that 1 hour a week I could use. So I want you to look at that. What is the one thing that you could take away right now that you could add back 5 years from now and be happy about it because you've reached your goals, or even 3 years, my guess. So take a look at that. And then I also want to talk about scheduling your time out during the day. So scheduling your time out during the day, right now, this is new to you. So I know you are looking at your Facebook messages, and as soon as something pops up, you're sending off a message right away. And you're just waiting for a message to come through. And if it does, then you reply right away. Or if you're that little red thing, you're replying right away. Notifications, you're checking all the time. You do not need to do that all day long. You are not going to be missing something, especially as a brand new coach. You are not going to be missing something. Here's what you're going to be doing. And of course, if your hours are different and your work hours are different, you kind of adjust accordingly. But in the morning, what you're going to do, or the very first thing that you're working on your business, and we're going to take our power hour. We're going to sit down in our power hour. We're going to knock some stuff out. And we're going to kind of go through that later too. But what you're going to do is you're going to go through your power of 3 first. And you're going to go through all of that first. And then, so you're going to send your friend requests. You're going to send your invites, and you're going to send your messages. All of that is on your own agenda. You are sending it off to somebody else. You're not answering something or replying to something. You are going to do that, okay? In follow-ups as well. If someone didn't reply back to you 2 days ago and you had put them on your follow-up list, then you are going to send off a message. So all of those messages on your Power of 3 are all messages that you are sending out. They're not existing conversations, okay? That is number 1 priority. Not your groups, not your alerts, not your commenting on your Facebook wall. It is those. It is those that are going to get you to your 3-year goal versus your 5-year goal, okay? Which one do you want to do? You want to shave off 2 years of your goal? Then you're going to do that first. Then you're going to go into your Facebook messages and but this is now listen. I want you to reply. I want you to take your unread messages and I want you to go through and answer every single one. And then don't wait. If they reply right away and it's a very short answer, then you can reply. Go through every single one, close it, come back the next day. I guarantee you, your family will be happy that you did that because you're not looking at your phone all day. There is nothing that urgent that you cannot respond to in 24 hours. They will be there in the morning, and it is your agenda. You're checking in on these people, and they should be grateful for that. If you don't reply 5 seconds later, that's okay. Trust me on this. It's not going to change your relationship, okay? So you're going to send off your messages, and you're going to be done, and you're not going to look at your Facebook messages until the following day. Then you're going to answer your questions that you have on your Facebook wall of posts. Then you're going to go into your challenge groups and you're going to reply to everybody and maybe do a post. And then you're going to go in your team page and you're going to reply and you're going to ask a question and then you're going to post. And then guess what? Put it away. I don't want you in 3 weeks of this business to say, I am so overwhelmed. And when you look on paper, you haven't done a thing, okay? Why would you waste your time? Why? The last thing I want you to do is waste your time in this business. I want you to enjoy your family. I want you to focus on your day job as much as sometimes we don't like it. That was the hardest thing for me. Once I started to focus on my day job because I got everything out of the way and I had time to focus on my day job, I was a much more pleasant person to be around. And then it actually helped me in the long run. I was actually able to leave my job quicker once I started to really not resent my job. And a lot of you in the beginning totally love your job, and that's awesome. And you kind of feel torn between the two because this is fun and new. But I want to tell you, it's not going to go anywhere. But you need to prioritize. So prioritizing your life and your timeline. We're all really busy people. And focusing on your priorities when you do sit down and work and not being stuck on Facebook or on social media all day long. It's very easy to do, but guess what? You're gonna regret that. Your family is gonna regret that, and they are gonna resent this business. And I can tell you that from firsthand experience, 100%. I dove into this business. I resented my job. I spent every waking moment on this business because I felt like there was so much training and I didn't want to miss anything. And I wanted to make sure that I answered all the questions. I wanted to make sure that I was on the ball. And guess what? To this day, my husband reminds me of that. It was not good. And I want to tell you that now in your business, you need to prioritize and you need to be okay that you finished everything that you could possibly finish and you walk away until the next day. It will make your life so much better. You will be able to enjoy this business every single day. And even if you don't have any replies to answer the following day, you're still being successful because you're doing exactly what you need to do to create your own life, to design your own life. Okay, so time management is a really big deal for me because I commuted, I had long hours. So I want to also add to you, your personal development. I know it's hard when we're home, we got to work out, we got to do it, we've got family. When you're in your car, you should not be listening to the radio. You should not be listening to news radio. You should not be listening to music. You should be listening to your personal development. If you're talking to prospects, and you can talk to prospects or coaches on your team eventually in your car, utilize that commute time. I never wanted to waste time. In fact, there are a couple of coaches on our team that always said, what would Anna do? Like if you're sitting in the doctor's office, what would Anna do? Anna would probably either be reading some personal development or answering those questions and then not going back to them the next day. I always had to be doing something when I was doing nothing. Okay? When you're driving, you could be listening to personal development and, building your brain and talking, inspiration and, absorbing all of that rather than listening to mindless music. I mean, music is great, don't get me wrong, but we've got goals to meet, right? We've got people to help. Personal development is not only for ourselves, but it's to help other people. So that's it. Time management, priority. You're not going to be on Facebook all day. You're going to knock out your power of 3. You're going to set your priorities at home. You're going to cut out those things that you are doing that are unnecessary. Put them back in later. No problem. Okay. Bye.